Well, hey folks, it's Bill Ricardi. Belfast today is not too cold, knock on wood. I would like to give you my Patreon update and then, maybe enjoy the weather for about 10 seconds. This is your weekly Patreon update for my patrons as well as my potential patrons and my fans. I wanted to let you know what's going on. So this week I actually had a couple of days off. It was Rick's birthday, and I had worked the last 6 weekends or so. So I wanted to, get in the groove and make sure I didn't burn out. That was Loki, by the way. Loki's still, running around scratching things and climbing up my chair, disturbingly. This is a great week because it's the start of the beta reading, and I'm starting to get some great feedback. I, of course, will not act on it just yet. Have to get that emotional distance from the text. I'll just be fixing typos and what have you that they point out. But until I have it properly rested, we are looking at budgeting maybe 2K worth of drop-ins really early. They want more early engagement, more explanation. I had made a couple of assumptions that people might have read the first series of books, and of course I was aiming not to do that. So more exposure, more explanation throughout. That should account for another couple of K. And we have between 5 and 10K budgeted for extra scenes, so that's perfect. We get to actually use some of that. So we're right on track there, and I've encouraged our beta readers to give us feedback along those lines and let us know if engagement is properly being executed throughout. What else happened? I have almost finished outlining the second book in the Ihi Saga, the sequel to Rhythm. It is awesome. I love writing the Ihi Saga stuff because I get to listen to a lot of new music, and we have all but maybe 3-ish musical pieces picked out, primary musical pieces that were centering fight scenes around action scenes, love scenes, etc. Of course, this is kind of a more young adult book than A Princess of Last Resort. It gets into some of the nitty-gritty stuff having to do with relationships and things of that nature. So it's a different vibe. It's a more realistic vibe, of course, it being modern urban fantasy. So I get to put my head in two different spaces, and it's a lot of fun. And I always enjoy writing for this series. It's never a slog. It's never a slog. It's always something new, something fresh, and I get to sample new music, and it's great. It's great. So what's up for next week? Next week we are looking at finishing up the outlining for the second book in the Ihi Saga, and then starting primary writing on that, and cracking into primary writing is always fun. Our goal is 10K words a week, of course. By the time I finish outlining, I'll probably do 5K. And that'll set us up for between a 95 and 100K book by the time March rolls around, and I have to start looking at marketing and advertising and beta reading and all that stuff. So that's for that. And of course, I won't be doing any huge edits on A Princess of Last Resort, but I will be fixing typos and engaging with my beta readers and just letting them know, hey, it's okay, make as many critiques as you want. We'll start dealing with that, when you do your second read through, and next week when I start doing, actual hardcore edits on the document. So that's what's going on. I will be back next week with another update. And of course, I've been doing a lot of Patreon announcements, Patreon videos, Patreon audio stuff. So feel free to hop in. We've also linked up our subreddit, which has 4 people in it, but hey, we've linked up our subreddit over on Reddit to the Patreon channel now, and we have new tiers and stuff. So go ahead and have a look. If it's something that interests you, feel free to jump in at whatever level you feel comfortable with, and we'll get this party started. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next week.